Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, and on today's episode we are breaking down one of my teammates' matches. His name is Richie, aka Goose, who trains under Josh McKinney at the Head Nod Squad HQ. So the reason we're breaking down this match is because it was against a very tough Brazilian in the IBJJF St. Louis Open, the absolute finals match. And if you know anything about an American going against a Brazilian in a finals match, it's always going to draw people to that mat, and this match did not disappoint. So a little bit about Richie. He's been training for 4.5 years. He's 25 years old, so squarely in the adult division when he competes in IBJJF, and he's got a career in finance industry. So not only does he like to crunch numbers in Excel spreadsheets, he also likes to crunch the vertical bones in your neck. So with all that out of the way, let's get into this breakdown. Here we are at the start of the match. Richie is going to be able to read his opponent's sporadic movements, getting a nicely timed guard interception position and landing him squarely in a knee cut passing position with his right leg trapped in between his opponent's legs. So right here, we're going to freeze frame it just so you can see Richie's posture and how he's able to kind of stay in a stable position while he tries to get the knee cut. His opponent's going to start backing his legs out and almost get a single leg here, but Richie is going to strategically pull into a close guard position so he doesn't get taken down for the 2 points. However, according to IBJJF rules, even if you pull guard in the midst of a takedown, you still give your opponent the 2 points, but Richie is in a far better position in the close guard than he would have been getting taken down and possibly getting his guard passed. So right here, Richie is going to start playing his close guard position, but his opponent is going to try to stand, which is what you should be doing in the close guard position. You should automatically be trying to stand up instead of staying on your knees. And now his opponent is going to try to use a leg stomping position made famous by the Rotullo brothers and Fabricio Andre. So here we get into a 50-50 position here, and I know IBJJF is very notorious for having people that are very good in the 50-50 stalling positions. However, Richie is not one of those guys. He doesn't stall in these positions. So as you can see, his opponent is trying to lock up an ankle lock position, and Richie is doing a good job of controlling his opponent's left pant leg. So you can't really see from this camera angle. However, there's an intricate battle that's going on in this 50-50 position, and that battle is who can keep their grips on their opponent's legs while freeing their own legs. As you can see, Richie tries to get up to his elbow to start creating some space, but his opponent also has a dominant grip on his pant leg as well. But Richie is going to start trying to get an inversion position, trying to make sure that his hands are in a dominant position on the pant legs so that when he's able to free one of his legs, he can come up on top and start his passing game. So here we are. We're going to fast forward just a little bit with the power of editing magic, and we're going to see Richie playing a single leg X variant with a figure 4 lock on his opponent's ankle for good measure. Now his opponent is doing a very good job of keeping pressure on Richie in this position, but Richie is utilizing the guard retention principles that I talk a lot about in my other videos, keeping his knees to his chest, keeping his guard close to him. That way his opponent, even though his opponent is standing over him and trying to backstep out of the position, Richie is still able to maintain a decent guard position here. Look how close his knees are to his chest. That's going to be very hard for his opponent to pass. And even though his opponent gets a little bit past Richie's legs, he's able to invert, keeping an elbow knee connection with his left leg and his left elbow. You can't really see what his elbow is doing here, but Richie is pretty much in an inverted position, but he's still able to maintain the guard because he brought his knees to his chest and connected with his elbow. You can see here that he's going to start grabbing his opponent's right leg and almost get under him for a knee bar position, but knee bars are not legal for purple belts in IBJJF, but that's something that Richie's going to obviously keep in his tool belt, because when he gets to brown, he's going to be able to hit those all day. Now his opponent is going to start standing and utilizing side-to-side passing and a full disengagement, which is something you should do as a guard passer. And when he comes back in, he's just going to start lifting Richie and dropping him on the top of his shoulders and his neck. And let me tell you something, if this was an American doing this to a Brazilian, they would call paro and disqualify the American. But Richie is built from tougher stuff. He's a Midwestern thoroughbred out here, and he doesn't let that phase him at all. And now he's in a K-guard position, and he's going to start trying to elevate that leg and get under his opponent. So Richie's opponent realizes that his left leg is now in danger, so he's going to sprawl that leg back and stop the K-guard position and start lifting Richie by his belt. Richie is going to utilize guard retention principles by making sure his legs are nice and heavy, stopping his opponent from getting that stack passing position. And now Richie can start utilizing his open guard position here. So he's going to start getting into a collar sleeve position. As you can see, he's got a cross collar with his right hand, and he's got his left hand into kind of a lasso position, a shallow lasso, which is also used for offense and defensive positions. And Richie again is still using this Gumby flexibility. I'm sorry for the person who's getting in front of the camera here, but Richie is now playing a lasso position, and he's able to lock up an omoplata. So watch what Richie does with his right hand. He goes inside and grabs the collar of his opponent. Now he can use this omoplata position as a sweeping position. So I want to slow it down here so you can really see the setup that Richie has. He's got his figure 4 for the omoplata. He's got his right hand inside grabbing the collar of his opponent to slow down his roll. And watch what his opponent does here. Backstepping over the head, Richie's going to invert here, keeping that grip, slowing his opponent down as he tries to backstep over, grabbing the omoplata position here and setting up for an omoplata finish. Now his opponent is going to try to do a Granby roll here, getting really on his neck and shoulders here, keeping his toes pointed in the air, and Richie is going to use that position to get the advantage and take the back position. So Richie was able to masterfully take advantage of the omoplata sweeping position by grabbing that collar, slowing down his opponent, and scoring the advantage and a back taking opportunity. So his opponent is going to start scrambling to his feet here because Richie is encroaching on the back. Richie almost tries to get a hook in there. He's not able to do so. Almost tries to get a trip here, is not able to do so. And here he's going to hit the baby bolo, taking his opponent down, scoring the 2 points for the takedown. And this is where things get interesting because now Richie is up 4-2 with one advantage. He tries to get a hook in, his opponent's going to Granby roll, and now Richie is going to start his guard passing technique. Now watch what he does with his hips and how low his butt is to the mat. He's making sure his opponent can no longer play any type of De La Riva position, getting his legs on the inside, because Richie is now creating an elbow knee connection here, grabbing the pants so he can start setting up a stack passing position. Now Richie is going to start stacking his opponent. He's not able to do so here. His opponent is trying to grab a lapel, trying to weave that lapel under. Richie is keeping his feet far away from his opponent so he doesn't get wrapped up in any type of lapel nonsense, and Richie is going to start grabbing his own lapel grip, really trying to pressure into his opponent to set up a guard passing situation. His opponent is going to keep looking at the clock. There's not much time left. He is down, Richie is up, and now Richie just needs to kind of hold this position and make sure he doesn't get swept, and he's going to take the match. So Richie's going to look over the clock and realize that he's up on points. Time is winding down. He doesn't have to do too much here, so he's going to maintain a pretty much an airtight combat stance position. If you look at his right leg, see how far he's up on his toes, and look at his right hand connecting his elbow knee, making sure that his opponent can no longer get a lasso or a De La Riva. His opponent tries to get a deep De La Riva there. He's not able to do so because Richie is pressuring in, keeping a solid elbow knee connection the entire time. This is how you stop people from getting sweeps at the last moment. So his opponent is now in desperation mode, trying everything to pull on the pant leg, pull on the collar, trying to off balance Richie. Richie is nice and solid here. His opponent just eventually kicks him off and tries to run him down, but Richie is going to weather the storm and win the match. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to hear some of this audio. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, tag team in the building, head nod squad in the building. Everybody in that building was hyped for Richie's win because he beat a Brazilian in the IBJJF St. Louis Open finals. And as you can see, we were beating on the barricades, phones were dropping all over the place, but that's how we roll when we're in the Midwest. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for supporting the channel. It truly means more than you know. Let's get right into these takeaways. Richie's guard retention was immaculate. His determination and perseverance were also on full display, and that's what helped him win the absolute finals in the IBJJF St. Louis Open. It also doesn't hurt that you had the whole building rocking with you. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.